Okay, so I am starting a new sketchbook today and I wanted to do something different and make it into a video, and we'll kind of see how that goes. There's going to be a lot of time lapse, a lot of different things, or maybe no time lapse. I don't know. It's my first one, so we'll see what I'm able to do with the footage. And I'll just get into it. I did unfortunately already date this and things, but I said, should I just zoom in? I'm gonna zoom in. Things I'm thinking about / working on: more limited colors / pen choices / mediums. I have noticed that I've just been including every single medium that I know how to use in all of my sketchbooks. I've been using all of my pens and all the different colors and everything, and this is something I'm doing with my paintings more as well. I'm trying to be more intentional about restricting my color palettes, and then with mediums I also kind of want to do that with textures, and I don't know, I'm thinking a lot about colored pencil in this one and maybe acrylics, but we'll see how it goes. I said collage elements / stickers. I am currently making some stickers, and then I am also probably going to get some, so hopefully that's all over this book. Hatching practice. I've been practicing hatching a lot, but I'm going to practice some more. Creativity and inventing images, so we're going to try to work that into our first page here, and it's just like, if I reference, I need to like kind of change the reference for a lot of these. Like, some of them are going to be straight up copies, but only if I'm trying to learn something, and if I'm not trying to learn something, I need to push myself a lot more. Combine references and then also just make stuff up out of my head. I said simplification, especially in value structures. I want to get simpler and simpler with that, so that's something I'm working on. Planning painting, just paintings, I want to plan them more instead of just going straight to the canvas. Painting studies, I do want to do some painting studies. I'm thinking this is going to be a painting heavy sketchbook. Quotes in writing, and then I said putting irises in the right spot, like of the eye. I've been like drawing a lot of cross-eyed people, and that's cool when that's what you're trying to do, but that was definitely not what I was trying to do, so we're gonna be working on that for sure. And then here I was swatching. I have a go bag of all of the colored pencils that I use, which is not all of the colored pencils that I own, but just the ones that I use regularly. And I was kind of like figuring out how I wanted to update it, so that's what those swatches are. I think I'm going to try to do the cover of this sketchbook and then the first page. So, and that might actually be over a couple days because that sounds kind of like a lot. Let's start with the first page. I think I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm going to start getting into that here. I'm gonna paint my sketchbook cover now, so follow along while we do that. I'm thinking I'm gonna do like an abstract kind of tile pattern and then do some lettering on top. I'm not feeling super representational right now. I would love to do something abstract, so that's the goal as it stands. And we'll see if I get totally derailed at some point. Something I didn't mention before is I made a whole Pinterest board earlier that had just a ton of ideas for my new sketchbook and like maybe some other ones that I have coming down the line. And I felt like a genius because usually I'm working from like a few different Pinterest pages when I do references or like just color palettes or vibes. I'll kind of look through that. You know how it is. But I'm just kind of scrolling through like a million different boards. So I made a board that had, like, I would have one board that's clothing, one board that's color palettes, another board that's hair stuff. I made a board that had everything that I might want to reference, and that way I could keep it within a specific vibe and made sure I am like reminded of certain photos that I want to do. So hopefully it's more cohesive, like in terms of color palettes and things, and it'll also help me keep certain things top of mind. So I'm really excited about that. I think that was a good idea. So when we do the tour, we'll see. I'll let you know how that actually went. So first, I think I'm gonna go in with a base color, just kind of get something down. But yeah, just doing like a tile inspired thing here. I'm liking it. It's all about that color variation and stuff. These colors are not really mixing the way that I want to mix them because they're acrylics. And also I'm making really dumb color choices. Let's not put it all on the materials, but yeah, I don't know. The main reason I don't like acrylics as much as oils is just that the depth of color isn't the same to me. And people always say acrylics are cheaper, but I guess not the way I use them. Like, I'm pretty sure I spend more money on acrylics than oils. A tube of oil paint will last me forever, and I can really make it stretch. Like, obviously, like, mediums and stuff cost more, but I don't really buy those very often. And I reuse the Gamsol that I use a lot. In case you didn't know, like, you shouldn't really be pouring new cups of Gamsol all the time. Like, you can just let the debris settle to the bottom and use it again. I don't want to dump on acrylic artists because, like, a lot of times you kind of need to use acrylics for that quick turnaround, especially, like, to get it out to clients. And even though I don't, like, I find it a lot harder to get something really pretty with acrylics, that just makes me respect acrylic artists more. Because I do feel like it does take more, in a sense, at a high level, it sort of takes more skill to do like an aesthetic acrylic painting. It takes a lot more planning because everything dries so fast. You can't like waffle around, which you shouldn't be doing with oil paintings either, but they'll forgive you more if you do that than an acrylic painting will. And then I was also saying how I spend more money on acrylics than oil paints. Like, if you want that professional quality and the colors to really ring out and sing, basically for me, the bare minimum is Liquitex or Golden, and they're so expensive, like so expensive. It's actually insane. It's actually insane how expensive they are. Definitely nothing but respect for acrylic artists. That is genuinely, I think what it is too, or people talk about skill curves. Acrylic is easier to learn, and it also requires less setup. Like, you don't have to ventilate your space and stuff. It's never a bad idea, but you don't have to. If you want to do it at like a high advanced level, that's when it starts taking more skill. And oils is harder to pick up, but it takes less skill to get at a high level with it. And you can really just do more without using a ton of mediums. I feel like part of painting with acrylics at a high level that'll often mean that you're bringing in a ton of mediums. And you can do that with oil painting, but it's not as like, it doesn't feel as necessary. And that's the crazy thing with art too, like, I can always say generally it's like this, generally it's like that, but like there's always going to be an exception to whatever rule, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt for sure. Okay, I'm liking the color scheme and the vibes so far here. Having tiles like this is my dream. I love that like mauve, purple, mulberry, pink. I like when all of those different but similar colors are in one room, and it's sort of warm, but it can also be cool. I just find that very visually attractive. It's like eating candy or something. And there's just just enough mud in it to like not make it exhausting. Because I do feel like, for me, really bright purple and pink color schemes are just like very exhausting to my eye. But it's crazy what you can make work if you just like dull it down a little bit. I'm definitely somebody who likes to keep my brushes and my mixes a little bit dirty, which I think in some spaces is like sacrilege, but to me it's like the whole point. I just really enjoy mud, even more than a sensitively desaturated color scheme. To me, it's like a celebration of materials when you do that. Like a little peek under the curtain. And I love the physical act and experience of painting a lot, and just the sensory experience of painting. So I'm not somebody that likes when all the brush strokes kind of disappear. And of course, like, I think adding depth to paintings, whatever, is really good if you're going that route. I do like abstract stuff too, but you know, it's not always completely relevant to what I'm doing. I did really used to like more Renaissance styles of painting, but the more I paint, I'm like, I just want to see life and energy. I don't really want to see something that somebody worked 6 months on. Yeah, so all of what's good about a painting is, like, in my opinion, usually established in the first like 2 hours of working on it. Which is like also something that I think if you don't know a lot about art history, it can be hard to understand like what the big deal about Impressionism is, or like what sets it apart from all of those Renaissance style paintings and stuff like that. Or I call it academic style. It's essentially that. A lot of those paintings worked up in a much shorter amount of time. Yes, there were certain artists that would kind of put a painting aside for a long time and go back working on it, but like if you were to calculate the cumulative time they spent working, it would definitely be less. And Leonardo da Vinci was the worst at this out of anyone ever, but it would work up in a lot less time than the Mona Lisa, let's just say that. A lot of what the Impressionists did that was different was this sense of immediacy, and a lot of that has to do with brushstrokes. I don't know, guys, do we like the rambles, the art history rambles? You're gonna get it. Like, that's gonna be a thing on this channel, because that's kind of what I want to talk about when I'm painting. Okay, I'm really enjoying this. Painting it and how it looks also. I'm gonna add some grout and then some lettering, and I'm just gonna, like I've been saying, is my goal. I'm gonna try to not overwork it and just enjoy the semi-abstractness of this beauty. So I'm gonna work up something that's a bit lighter and slightly redder than the tile. So I am wanting to fix this grid up a little because she is kind of a little bit too slanted for my taste, but we will truck along, it's all good. I'm a big fan of a little dry brush effect in a painting. Kind of looks like poorly applied grout. I love that. I'm not going to worry too much about color matching because I think having the colors be slightly not matched is going to be part of the fun. It's silly because it's just a little sketchbook cover, but I haven't been this excited about a painting in a while. Like, I'm literally having a blast. I don't even know if I'm done yet. I don't know how I feel. Okay. The other problem with acrylics is when they dry, it's such a different color. Like, oils do that too, but like, acrylics are next to the worst one, and then the worst one for that is definitely gouache, but. Okay, I'm gonna do one more pass over with grout and just a light touch up of the tiles. If anybody has any recommendations for a good film camera, like for filming, that would be appreciated. Or like, if somebody wants to tell me what their setup for filming sketchbook videos is, that would also be helpful because just everything I have here is not correct. I don't know, I need to figure it out. I can't buy a new camera right now. I can't justify it yet, but I'm filming all of these on my T7, and it's a really nice quality camera, but it's not meant for video at all. Now for everybody's favorite part. I did leave a border that's just a regular sketchbook cover. I know. But I think maybe that's cool. Maybe I'll give her a border at some point. Yay! Oh, yeah, also classic me. I missed a spot. Hello, it's another day and I'm back. I picked out some colors and I did some swatching for what I want to do for the lettering. And we may get some stickers involved, but I'm going to start with this black washi tape right here to get rid of this blue. Because it's not going to be, because it's not what I want for this color scheme. So I'm going to get started. I actually kind of wish I did duct tape instead, so I'm going to do that over top. I'm kind of wondering if I should just No. Yeah, no. Hold up. Gotta cut this in half. Please work. Oh yes, duct tape. Pulling through. How's that? That seems good. Okay, you can't tell me that's not awesome. I really enjoy this. So let's get some lettering on it or whatever. I was watching some sketchbook videos for the first time in a long time. For some reason, I've always had this mental block that makes it very hard for me to watch art YouTube videos. Now that I'm making one, I'm like trying to do research, and I've been watching some. I see so many people doing stickers, and I realized I kind of need to up my game when it comes to that. So that's definitely something I'm thinking about. I have this sticker of Mads Mikkelsen that I actually drew myself. It's a color-picked digital portrait of him I made for a friend a few years ago because she really loves Hamilton. She really loves Hamilton. Hamilton? She likes Hannibal. Gosh dang. So we're gonna put that on. Yeah, I like it. I like that it feels very silly, which I think is what I was going for. Okay, so I was sitting here just hating how it looked until I got some stickers out, and I just started putting stickers absolutely everywhere. And I was like, wow, I still don't like it. It looks like a sketchbook that I don't like, that I put a bunch of stickers on. But I did it, guys. I found the final touch, which is I had these comments that people had written to me that I wrote down for motivation just lying around, and I was like, you know what if I, instead of on a journal page, put them here. I forgot to mention, I also drew over the letters. My idea for having the letters being green, not a good idea. And guys, I even like sat down and I was like, let me think about how I want this sketchbook page, like let me not just jump into it. And I didn't make thumbnails or anything, but I really like did my best to plan, and it was just one of those things that didn't work out. But you know, whatever. Bob Ross says happy accidents. My happy accidents is that I got this wonderfully insane sketchbook cover. I've never done anything like this before, but I really enjoy it. This may become a thing for me. I just need to collect more sticker books or make more, or both, probably both, which I'm not complaining about. My wallet is complaining, but I'm not complaining. Last one. I am so happy with how this turned out. Does it make any sense? Like, it really doesn't make any sense, but it's fucking gorgeous. It's fucking gorgeous. Wow. I can't wait to like whip this out in public. I mean, I don't use my big sketchbook in public almost ever, but I don't know. I never have a cover. This doesn't give you any idea of what's inside though. That was such a trust the process moment. But now she has a face that like kind of makes sense, I feel like. We're gonna take her in a very FKA Twigs direction, methinks. That's what's sparking my interest right now. This took me way too long, and it is very loose, and in a sense that part is kind of tickling my brain in the wrong way, but I also love it. I think it has just enough information to kind of convey my scene. It's really messy, it's muddy, it's weird. I really love the colors that I did. I love that she has like this reddish hair, and I'm very happy with it. And I think this should be the point of my sketchbook, not to do like the most finished rendered things ever, but allow myself to kind of stop shorter of what a painting would be. Like, duh. Hopefully this can also push my paintings in a looser direction too if I start practicing this skill, because you know, that's my personal taste, and if you can paint loosely well, in my opinion, that's such an asset. So it's based off of like Milwaukee, and I'm like, this girl in my head, I don't know her, I don't know who she is, just from my imagination, but I feel like she's a very Milwaukee girl, and this is like a little bit post-winter when things are kind of warming up a little bit, but you know, it's still pretty cold outside, like right before spring really fully hits. Maybe, yeah, maybe she has like a rigorous school schedule in university. I don't know why I'm building a character right now, but that's kind of what was on my mind with the vibe that I was trying to build with this page. And it was probably pretty inspired by my hold on, can never put a painting down, I swear. That was kind of inspired by my own reference photos that I have from Milwaukee. And then I want to try something. Everybody hold their breath, cross their fingers for me. It's kind of a shiny velvet skirt, so it needs the nice blue border. Okay. Okay. Here she is. It's quite late at night. I spent way too much time on this. Don't want to spend any more. I did want to show though. Get this freaking paint palette out of here. I did want to show when I was having extra paint on my palette, I was opening this sucker up and I was actually painting the pages. And I'm probably going to do this more just as I have like random paint on my palette. I am getting some of the pages painted so that I have something to stimulate my brain. And if I have something to stimulate my brain, I will be happy and do better art. This is such a new thing for me. It was kind of painful. It kind of really delayed the start of my sketchbook in a way that was somewhat detrimental, but that's how doing things for the first time usually goes in my business, in my life, is what I'm learning. So I'm just so very grateful that you joined me for this journey as I try something new. Okay, so it has been a couple of weeks and I am in a top secret location. I just wanted to show how the sketchbook cover looks now because I feel like it's much better. Some of these I grabbed off Pinterest, some of these I made, actually this one, 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 and that one I made. If you want it, maybe I'll put it on my store, okay? So comment down below. This is what she's looking like. I actually like it now and not in a delusional way. I think I was starting to get a little bit delusional about how it was looking before. So this is my updates. Yeah. Closing off, I just wanted to say, please join my email list if you want to hear more from me and my shop updates. You can check out my website. I have prints, stickers, and more things on the way very soon, in the next couple of months and this holiday season. Thank you for putting up with my rough audio. I will be upgrading that by the next video. I just got a lav mic. I'm learning things about video editing, crazy stuff such as that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have any suggestions or any questions. Love to hear from people, and have a great day.